and welcome coming to you from Outlaw Review, and tonight I have Tombstone Rebellion. How are you guys?
All right, how you doing?
Why don't you take a moment to introduce yourselves and tell you what you do for the band?
All right, my name's AJ. I'm the lead vocalist. My name's Cream Skull, and I'm the lead guitar and all guitar.
Paul on future bass. My name's John. I'm the producer.
And bass and drums for now. Yeah, I have bass and drums on every track.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy to have all of you guys this evening. First, tell me, for people who don't maybe know your band, tell me a little bit about your band and what you sound like.
Well, we got together in late 2014. Did a bunch of shows. You know, we got a pretty good response. Actually, got a real good response. And then we were doing a bunch of covers, and we're like, you know what? Let's throw some originals together. And you know, the response has been actually a little overwhelming. Right now, we're just getting this stuff in the studio. Like I said, Paul's up. He's got future bass, and we got a drummer, Dave, and we're going to the studio tomorrow night, and we're going to start rehearsing for shows.
Awesome. So where all are you guys planning to tour or do shows? Will it just be around the central New York area or further out?
I think again we wanted to start locally just to get the feel, and we haven't been out there in 3 years, I guess. So you know,
We're kind of putting the band together. We've been producing the project together. Started basically with Anthony and Joe, and they came to me to start doing some production work. And that's why Paul's here tonight. He's just starting to take over on bass, and had a couple of drummers in and out. So that's the key right now is really getting the band together so we can start playing out and getting everything going.
So yeah, we'll start in New York, and then eventually it'll be planet Earth.
Definitely. Well, I know you're also in the studio, so ultimately there should be plans for an album coming out. Do we have a date for that yet?
We figure probably like Christmas time. They'll make a good stocking stuff. Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So if you could talk about some of the songs that are on that album and maybe what some of your personal favorites are, or give us just a preview of what we might expect when that album is released.
Go ahead, Joe. I mean, that's the one thing in my life. I never really had favorites, but I like them all. I think I guess I did. Remember, I did say that I liked Trouble. Looking for Trouble the best because it actually yeah yeah. I was trying to stay out of trouble, but it's in trouble. Find me all the time. Keep pushing it away, and it keeps grabbing me back. But yeah, it's my favorite also because there's some backup vocals in there, and that's the only song I think that we get to sing some backups on so far. But we plan to do that in the future. You know, I wanted to do some more backup singing. Yeah. This is AJ, the vocalist. You know, for me, it's like I got a new favorite song every week. You know, when we first released You, the first single, I couldn't get enough of it. And then what happens, you listen to these songs, you play them so many times, you actually want to get a little sick of them, and then they kind of like get reborn in your mind. And when you see people getting into them again, you kind of get into it all over again too. So, you know, I don't have a favorite. I like all our stuff. I think it's all not just pretty good, it's real good. And I think in the future, you know, we're going to be a multi-directional band. I don't think that we're just going to go in one direction here. It's all going to be pretty much hard rock. But, you know, we'll throw some ballads in there. We're not afraid to use acoustic guitars. And, you know, and Joe's going to actually sing a couple of tunes. Yeah. You know. You know. And I think at one time in my life, I went to a jazz fusion guitar teacher, and I got a little influenced by jazz, so that's why you'll hear that on times like these. And I got a song written already that we're going to put together. It'll come out in a future album that is a little bit even more jazzy. But I guess that's, you know, between that and the old rock that I taught myself. It was the bark. And Josie's our band dog, and she agrees.
That's the president of operations that you heard.
Yeah. She does all the mixing for us.
Yeah. They're going to throw some parts in one of our songs now. Yeah. So what were we?
You talking about the jazzy influence.
Yeah, so that's why we started coming radio jazz music, like the basic rock and stuff. We grew pretty much in metal and a little metal and of course some blues.
It's all gonna be badass for sure.
So, what do you want fans to know about you? Is there any central message behind Tombstone Rebellion, or anything that you're more passionate about than anything else, like issue-wise?
Well, I mean, if you listen to the songs, there's messages behind all of them. Like the song "You" basically is about racism. It's about being judged. It's about being bullied. The song really points the finger at you. That's why we named it "You", because it points the finger at yourself. Because everybody at one time or another has either experienced some form of bullying or intimidation or racism. So, that song really is about, it's not about color of skin, man, because we all bleed red, Gringo, to me, it's got that kind of Clint Eastwood. It's based on a Clint Eastwood movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But the song itself, if you really listen to it, it's kind of about, like these illegal gang members coming into our country trying to take over, and it's time to say, get the fuck out. Looking for trouble. All our songs, I mean, they're humorous, and you're going to put down some videos too, and they're going to be good videos too. So, but Looking for Trouble is about bullying. It's actually about, we were doing a show one time, and this dude walked in. He was like, he was all jacked up on steroids. And he walked in the bar and he started grabbing chicks' asses and, I'm going to kick everybody's ass in this place. And we're doing our show like, who is this dude? Nobody knew him. And our drummer at the time, his nephew was in the bar with us. And this guy was like 6'8". And he was there with his girlfriend. His girl was a beautiful girl. And this guy walked up and grabs her by the crotch. And the boyfriend gave this dude a beat down. So really, it was like, the bully met the anti-bully, and that's really what that song's about. So, we try to be, we're not really too political, but there are definitely messages behind our songs.
Yeah, I really like the part when the bar stools were flying as we were playing. That was the sight to see.
Yeah. It's always fun when a fight breaks out and you're playing. It's like, really? And then the bartender, people that they don't want to pay you. You guys go
we owe the money for the broken chairs. We didn't start the fight, but it's crazy. That was a good time, though.
Good time.
Good time.
Well, aside from bar fights, what has been one of your most memorable experiences playing as a band?
For me, our opening show, the first time we played out, we were doing cover songs, and we were doing For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica, and watching chicks dance their asses off to Metallica was very surreal. It wasn't like they were slammed dead. They were like dancing, like, yeah, this is like cool. And I looked at Joe like, dude, they're fucking dancing out here, you know what I mean? So it's always fun to, I love playing out live, because for me, watching people get into what you're doing it's the greatest high there is. I'm not trying to be a rock star or nothing like that. For me, I do this to get the reaction from the crowd. I can work the crowd pretty good too, and it's really a good thing. Then a lot of people get DWIs when they leave the bar, so I got to kind of cool out on that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
You don't have to say that.
But we usually go to a bar, we'll walk in and we'll go to the club owner and say, listen, we'll play for free the first time, and then we'll pack your bar and they'll just get your bar dry. Next time, you tell us, and then they'll come up and like, oh, can you guys be the house bar? Can you be the house band here? We're like, no. Pay us.
So you causing trouble when you play shows?
No, we don't cause trouble. No way. Trouble finds us, I guess.
Exactly.
Just par for the course. You play rock and roll.
Right. So now you also have the group on Facebook. So tell me, what other places you might have on social media, or what is the best way to get in touch with your band?
Well, right now we are going to set up a page called Rebellion Nation. That's the name of our fan club. It's like, Kiss Had the Kiss Army. We're like Rebellion Nation. So that'll be a separate page on Facebook that people get on. And, we're going to set up a website. We're going to set up our own Facebook page for the band. We'll get on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But right now, everything's all in the works. This is the beginning of the end. Actually, it's the end of the beginning and the beginning of the end. So that's about it.
How soon we might see that on Facebook, or be able to get involved with some more of the fan club things that you have going on?
Probably in the next couple of months. Again, probably by the time the album drops, that'll all be set up.
I think that's AJ's job too.
Yeah, I'm the everything guy. I'm the PR guy. I got to book shows. I like that stuff. It's called turning you out after a while. But
we're gonna have to hire someone to do that, maybe.
Yeah, but it'll all line up with the album release.
And so you mentioned also videos, like formal videos. I know right now the songs are on Facebook and also YouTube. What are the plans for shooting some actual videos for those songs?
I think by early next year we'll probably start at the beginning again and go back to the song "You." We'll go in the same order. It'll be "You," "Gringo," then probably "Looking for Trouble." And tonight we're actually releasing our 5th single. We're releasing a song called "Line 'Em Up," which is the ultimate drinking song. And if we didn't cause problem at shows before, we definitely will with this fucking song, without a doubt. No doubt.
Awesome. Well, we definitely look forward to hearing that.
Cool. Yeah, people got to realize that, listen, there's a lot of cool music coming out of the South, but up north, man, up here in the dirty Black Hills of New York, we rock up here too. A lot of rednecks up here too. Fucking love it.
Well, it's an outlaw takeover all over the world.
Absolutely, that's what it is.
So,
and we got, right now we're in 3 different countries, 8 different states, and people are digging it. That's what's cool. People are digging it. It's slow but steady, but the response has been good, real good. So we're happy about that.
Awesome, and certainly we're happy to share everything for you guys on the website, and help to get it out there. And when the album comes out, certainly to show where everybody can buy that.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about the recording process right now.
The recording process is, we're going to give that over to John, our producer. J-Rock.
Yeah, it really kind of started with Joe, and would come to me with a bunch of tunes and ideas. Him and Anthony were on and off for a couple of years. And we just come and we just started kind of producing some of the tunes, and then finally Joe gave some of them to Anthony, and Anthony started writing the lyrics to them, and got together. And like I said, that's what we're doing. We're kind of doing it like a tune at a time here and there. Like usually Joe starts with the writing process, and he'll come up with an idea, and we'll just lay it down to a click, and then either I'll lay down some drums or bass or something, or we'll have a drummer in. They've had a few different drummers play on here. Even Anthony's played drums on one of the tunes.
Yeah.
I forgot which tune that was. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But, that's about it. Just taking it like a song at a time.
Awesome. Well, so how did you guys meet? How did you start working together?
This goes back decades. Yeah, I know Joe since he's 16 years old. We were in rival bands back in the day. We started out in the same band, then we started playing different bands. We started doing shows together in different bands, and up here we live in a county called Rockland County. Now you'd think a county called Rockland would be like the fucking rock and roll capital of the United States, and at one point it was going pretty good, and it's kind of slowed down, so we're trying to bring that back. Then we kind of went out separate ways in different bands, and life happened, and then a couple of years ago, on a whim, he was a band. I just got out of a band called New Revolution, and another band called Life Tower. And I gave him a call. I said, "What's going on with you?" And he's like, "Oh, we lost our singer, blah, blah, blah." I said, well, listen, man, let's do something. And, we hooked up. And I don't know, something about me and Joe, it's like Lennon and McCartney. He starts writing and the lyrics just start flowing. The ideas just start flowing. And, before, it was November 2014, and by Christmas time that year, we had 7 originals written within that short period of time. And that's just the way it goes with us. And, we're going to make John rich because because we have 5 albums, 6 albums worth of material. So this isn't just going to be some flash in the pan thing. This is going to keep on going and going and going. It's kind of like the Energizer Bunny. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, that's kind of how we got together. And Johnny Rod, I know Johnny Rod. I was in a band called Empire back in the day, and we were playing in a basement in some freaking house over in West Nyack, New York. And this guy shows up, and he's got this big fucking head of hair, and he comes in, and he just plugs in, fucking shredding. I'm like, yes! And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have no time for you guys. I have another crew I'm pursuing, but I just wanted to come and wet your whistle. And me and my friend Nick kind of cried over that. But then he started recording. When did you start recording stuff?
Like 99.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah, so then I was in a band called I was in a band called New Revolution back then, and he recorded an album for us.
Yeah, you guys were like one of the first.
One of the first ones, recording his old house, and it was a cool atmosphere. And he laid down the tracks, and that's another project that people talk down on when they heard, like, what the fuck, man? It's like, he's the man. He really is. He's the
And like this moment from Overkill, which is
yeah.
slowly but surely.
So that's pretty cool.
Most definitely. It sounds like you guys have a great energy. I'm looking forward to seeing all the things that you have come out after, of course, the new album first and then everything that follows with it. Is there anything that I have missed in speaking with you this evening, or anything else that you want to share with Outlaw?
You've missed Paul.
Well, they reached out to me, and it turns out that I've known Joe for a long time, and John back in the day. We used to play in different bands together and rehearse at the same studio. But I listen to this stuff, and I'm totally digging it. And for Friday, we're going to get together to start playing, and I'm really psyched for it because I like this stuff. It's fresh, it's heavy, and it's real. It's genuine, and you feel it, and it sounds awesome. It's fucking start killing it. Oh.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
It is definitely very genuine, and we certainly look forward to seeing what energy you bring to it as well.
Yeah, a lot of metal. You go to a lot of metal shows, and listen, we want dudes in our crowds, but we want women in our crowds too, man. We like the girls too, so we try to remember that women are fans. They buy tickets, they buy drinks, and they bring the guys in the door. So, we cater to both sexes.
And I would say this new song we're releasing tonight, Line 'Em Up, is a bar song, and it's also got, to me, it reminds me of some 70s Ambrosia type stuff for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why.
Isn't Ambrosia like a dessert? This next song is like a dessert, Kristen. It's like the icing on the cake.
But all our influences, all my influences,
yeah, we've all been influenced by so much stuff. My early people like they say, you scream, what are you into, like Sebastian Bach, blah, blah. My earliest influence is Little Richard. I heard that dude blow back in the day. I was like, I want to do that. So a lot of influences in the band. Old AC/DC, Bon Scott. For me, Bon Scott was probably the greatest vocalist who ever lived. He was taken from us way too soon. But, so there's a lot of good stuff coming, man. Actually, keep listening, get the word out there, and we're going to keep on dropping good music.
Most definitely. Happy to get the word out, and more than happy to share all the things that you guys have coming out.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're happy about that.
Well, I thank you for taking the time to do the interview with me this evening, and looking forward for the album release.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rock on.
You are now a part of Rebellion Nation.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And Outlaw Review certainly is more than happy to be proud of Rebellion Nation.
Very cool, man. Very cool. We love you, sister.
All right, guys. We love you too. You guys have a good evening.